Good morning, friends. This video is meant for every one of us. Friends, we are going to talk about is coaching class or are coaching classes essential for the academic and personality growth of the child, or do they really help the children grow into mm, uh, grow into an acceptable citizen and become productive to the society. The mushrooming of coaching classes these days, has put a question mark on the very education system. Often we find that the students, are eager to get admitted into reputed coaching classes because they believe that only coaching classes are the lifeline for getting admission into reputed engineering and medical colleges. The dream of the children is to get a good engineering college or good medical institutions after qualifying NEET and JEE, entrance test. But the fact is that they never realize their real, passion for studies. Forgetting about their passion of studies, they often dream of becoming engineers and doctors. Even the parents have the, opinion or conception, or the parents have their own perspective of life. They believe that to make his or their child, engineer and good, good doctors, it is important to join in coaching classes. So this has led to the mushrooming of coaching classes in India. These coaching classes actually take advantage of the fear of the students not to get into good engineering and medical colleges. So they actually charge high fee for providing coaching to the entrance of medical and engineering tests, and the parents often do not have the trust among their towards their children, and they believe that only coaching classes can make their dream true. And that is the reason why these coaching classes are mushrooming in India everywhere, the district level, at the corporate level, at the state level, and at the national level. These coaching classes are mushrooming, and they are making the things really difficult for the parents to decide what to do. Actually, the parents forget that the natural skill of the child is more important. The passion for studies, their dream, their desire, their interest and attitudes are more important than pushing them into the choices of career, which are very common these days. That means engineering and medical. Most of the parents believe that if their ward cannot qualify in JEE and NEET, they cannot get a good education. It is just an illusion. Actually, they should understand the natural instinct of the child, the inbuilt quality of the child, the passion of the child. They should also understand that these coaching classes and these coaching centers destroy the inbuilt skill of the child. They destroy the inbuilt capability of the child and make students dependent for each and everything on them. So these coaching classes actually, make these students mentally handicapped. They make them dependent on them for one and everything, and that is because they destroy the natural instinct, the natural quality, the natural capability of the students. Not only that, they spoon feed, way of teaching into coaching classes. They just spoon feed each and everything to the students, which kill the creativity and breaks their confidence. Actually, what happens that most of the coaching classes, do the method of spoon feed information. They give the information which is generally asked in the competitive exams. So they spoon feed each and everything in the students, which kills their creativity and breaks their confidence. The children often lack confidence in competing in various competitive exams. Coaching centers charge a large amount of money from the students, which is not possible to pay for every student. So this also leads to in a gap between the rich and the poor. The rich people can afford this higher fee to get their wards admitted into these coaching institutions, whereas the poor remain frustrated because they can't afford to pay such a high fee to those coaching classes. These institutions have turned education into business. Actually, education has become business for these institutions. So the coaching classes are really destroying the natural capability of the children, and they are making them dependent on them. The students who opt for self study become more self confident, and they help to enhance their knowledge. Actually, self study has no substitute. The students who really do self study and they qualify for such competitive exams, they have more confidence in themselves rather than those who come from coaching institutions and qualify for such competitive exams. So the parents must understand that it is important to realize the real passion for the studies among their ward. They should understand that what is their aptitude, what is their choice, what is their interest, what subject they have really chosen for studies at plus two level, and why they are willing to go for that subject, rather than making their own aspirations true. They look into the eyes of their children, and they find that these children can fulfill their aspirations of becoming engineers and doctors. But they should realize that the natural way of studies, the self studies that is there, is the best way to acquire knowledge, as well as to build confidence among the youth. Because unless and until you have confidence to do something, how long you will depend upon coaching classes, and how long you will depend upon the concept given by some of the experts. You should find yourself, busy in finding the reality, finding the truth, finding the concept through books. And you should also explore different ways of acquiring skill and knowledge, because natural way of acquiring knowledge builds confidence and make you capable of competing into this fast growing world of competitions, rather than getting spoon feeding or getting uh, fed information. So instead of going for these ever increasing or ever mushrooming coaching classes, the parents should realize the importance of allowing their child to go for self study, to build their own confidence, to acquire knowledge and skill from their institutions, from their teachers, discuss with them. Even the parents sometimes should sit with them and discuss their problems, try to realize, and they have trust in them. Because once the students lose the trust of their parents in them, they really fear about failure, and then that lead to really dependent on these coaching classes. So it is my sincere request to all the parents, all the teachers, and all the students, those who are willing to do great in their career, they should rather go for self study, and they should build their own confidence by exploring ideas and adding to their knowledge, not by depending on the coaching classes, but by self studies and by self preparations. Because these coaching classes are just like spoon feeding institutions. They feed the information, each and every information, just like spoon feeding, and they destroy the natural capability and skill of these students, and that is highly detrimental for the all round growth of these students. So friends, it is my sincere request for the parents and the teachers to allow their wards, their children, to grow naturally, to build their confidence, to study themselves, and explore more and more ideas and do whatever they desire, rather than imposing upon them their own desire, their own aspirations, and making them a little bit worried about, uncertain about their future, which actually becomes the cause of taking advantage by these coaching institutions. Once the parents so distrust among their children, that lead to the distrust leads to fear of failure, and that really becomes a problem for the youth. and they seek help from the coaching institutions. So the parents need to have trust among their children and allow them to go for self studies and acquiring knowledge and skill by their own institutions where they are studying, by the teachers, by the parents whom they are interacting day to day, and making argumentative studies of the subject matter, logical study of the subject matter, rather than cramming and memorizing the ideas and getting through the competitive exams. And that is what I wanted to emphasize upon. Thank you. Have a nice day.